Today, I'm going to show you how you can get into making espresso on a budget. So this is the Chardor 20 bar espresso machine, and I purchased it from Amazon. There's a link down below in case you want to look at getting more information on that. In any case, this is an espresso machine for beginners. There's no fancy dials, no really anything that you need to know a lot about. It does single shots, it does double shots, and it has a milk frother, as well as a heating tray on top to heat up your mugs. So it comes with a portafilter that has a double nozzle on it, so you can pour into 2 cups at one time. It comes with 2 different size filter baskets. This is the one for a double shot, and this is the one for a single shot. Now, one thing that this type of filter basket has just one hole on the bottom side of it. So this is going to create additional pressure when the hot water is pushed through here. And that's what's going to cause you to create even more of that crema that people are looking for. Now, as far as the portafilter goes, this is a plastic interior on the portafilter. I'm not entirely thrilled that that's plastic, but I'm sure it's using a high temperature plastic, and that shouldn't be a problem. Now, when it comes to the controls for making your espresso, you have a power button, a single shot button, a double shot button, and a steam button. So when you're ready to make your drink, you turn the power button on, you allow the water to warm up. When it reaches 198 degrees, this display will come on, it'll show 198 degrees, and that says that it's ready to make your espresso. At that time, depending on which filter you put in, the double or the single, you'll decide if you are going to be using a double or a single shot here. So if you're using the single basket, you're going to want to do a single. If you're using the double, go ahead and hit the double. Now over on the side of it here, this is the knob for adjusting the steam, and this is the steam wand where the steam will come out for frothing your milk. So what you'll do is you'll turn on the steam button, and then you'll rotate this knob to start releasing the steam. In this case, it's not releasing any steam because I did not actually push this button. But that is how you adjust the amount of steam that you are generating. Now it's important to note that you cannot be steaming your milk while you're brewing the espresso, because the heater for the espresso needs to be done doing what it does before you turn the heater on to heat up for steaming the milk. Now up on top of it, you have a heating tray. So you can put your mugs up here ahead of time and get your mugs warmed up, so once you pour in your espresso and your steamed milk, it's going into a relatively warm mug, warmer than it would be if you weren't doing this. Now it does take a little while for this to warm up. So it's not like you're going to turn this on and this is going to be instantly warm heating up your mugs. You're going to want to leave it on for a while and warm up the mugs a little bit before you start making your coffee drink. Now the thing that I like best about this espresso machine is the size of the reservoir. This water reservoir is a 60-ounce capacity, which that will brew 30 double shots of espresso or 60 single shots. And it's easy to fill it too. This can come off and you can open the lid so that you can fill it with water, and then when you're done, come back, just drop it right back down, and it's ready to go. Now something to keep in mind is the distance between here and the bottom of the portafilter is only about 3.5 inches. So if you are planning to brew right into a coffee mug, you're not going to be able to, unless you have a really low coffee mug. Say if you're going to make an Americano or something, you wouldn't be able to brew right into your mug. You have to brew into something smaller, like an espresso cup, or, like I said, a short, pretty much really short coffee cup. Another nice feature is it has this removable drip tray. So you can take that out and you can empty this easily. Not only that, it has this little floater thing in here, which if you do get too much liquid in here, that little floater will start to rise up through here, indicating to you that you need to empty it. So as far as the construction of it goes, it has some stainless steel parts, and it just is a real nice look to it, and it has a good solid feel. And also this portafilter is, seems like it is a pretty good quality component. Now it does come with everything you need to make an espresso, but if you're going to be making lattes, you're going to want to buy a milk frothing cup like this. This is not included, but this coffee scoop and tamper is included. So to make an espresso, you have everything you need. To make the lattes, you may want to buy one of those metal cups. Otherwise, you can just froth right in a coffee mug if you want to. Now let's go ahead and make some espresso. So the first thing you're going to want to do is fill your portafilter with some finely ground coffee that's designed for espresso. You do not want to use normal drip coffee with this. You just won't get the flavors that you look for in an espresso. Okay, now that we have our coffee grounds in our portafilter, you need about 16 or 17 grams of coffee is what it takes to have a proper brew. If you have too much, it's not going to go into the coffee, into the espresso machine very well. And if you don't have enough, you're just not going to get the right flavors from it. So it's important that you use the right amount. So then you just put this on and rotate it to the locked position. Now let's go ahead and turn on the machine. And when the lights are blinking like this, it means it's warming up. It's not yet ready to make your espresso. Okay, now that it indicates the temperature, which is 198 degrees Fahrenheit, you can also change it to Celsius. I don't remember exactly how to do that, but the manual will show you how to do that. Let's put in our 2 cups, our 2 espresso cups underneath the portafilter here. And let's go ahead and hit the double button. Now it's going to start by kind of priming the pump and kind of getting things going. And then shortly after that, it's going to start to pull the espresso, I guess is what they say. So you can see it's filling up those cups. Let's see if we can get a better view here. And it doesn't seem to be filling both cups exactly evenly. I seem to be getting more on the left one than on the right. I don't know if that has something to do with the way that I tamped it. I didn't tamp it equally. But in any case, we missed it on the display, but it was 42 seconds in total from the time I pushed the button until the time it was completed. So that entire process was 42 seconds, and this is the espresso that we got from that. Now let me go ahead and show you how the steam wand works. Okay, now in order to steam some milk, let's go ahead and push the steam button. And now it's going to take a little bit of time to get that water up to the proper temperature for steaming. And again, the water that it's using for this is that water in that reservoir. Okay, so it reached 266 degrees, which is the temperature required for the steaming. So at this point, you're going to pull this wand out a little bit. You're going to put it in the milk, and then you're going to turn this knob right here. And that knob is going to start the steaming. So I turned it all the way, and now I'm just steaming the milk with this wand. And what's nice, there's a little timer right here telling you about how long you've been steaming it for. So you can have a consistency on how long it takes you to steam your milk. When you're done, you just go ahead and rotate the knob the other direction, and it stops the steaming process. Okay, and there you have it. This is the Chardor 20-bar pump espresso machine on Amazon. Go ahead and click a link down below. You can see it and get more details on it, as well as some of the other accessories that I would suggest, such as one of these cups for frothing your milk. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.